This episode brought to you by Spider-Man. Jesus Christ, get the fuck off me. Sorry, I can't help myself.
Hey, everybody. We're watching Arachnophobia, and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Miscast Commentary. I am Joe Finley.
And I'm Todd Tebow, the Sailor Murray.
And I was a little bit excited when Todd suggested this one because I started doing the research and saw that it was actually like within it was the 30th anniversary recently.
Crazy.
As we are recording this. So it'll be by the time this comes out, it'll be a little bit further removed, but this is still the year of the 30th anniversary of this movie.
This is that anniversary.
And it was so many good things. I have not seen this movie. This is an interesting little fact. Well, not interesting to anybody but me. I have not seen this movie since the first time I saw it, which was on home video.
I think it's me as well.
So this is going to be an interesting one because it's one of those ones I fear doing these ones very specifically because I always fear watching the thing too much and not focusing. Right. But we're going to do our best for you. We're watching Arachnophobia. And so many interesting things written about this movie, about how it's like this scary, funny movie and how it's got like this cult following and all this other stuff and good reviews for it and all sorts of craziness. And I got information. We got a movie in front of us. What the hell? Let's press play.
Fucking A. Now.
And we're up and running.
I tell you, okay.
Yeah.
I'm on the boat.
Oh, yes.
I am covered in spiders.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, this boat that I work on, any boat.
Yeah.
Is covered in spiders. That's why I thought of this movie.
Yeah. Titanic would have been much more different if you realized everybody could have just floated away on spider rafts.
Right. I guarantee you the Titanic had shit tons of spiders.
Oh, yeah.
They never showed them.
Yeah.
Amblin, Frank Marshall.
Yeah. This is interesting, too, because Frank Marshall, this is his directorial debut.
It is?
Well, feature directorial debut. He has directed, at this point, he had directed, like, the making of the Temple of Doom and the making of Poltergeist. And
the making of.
Yes. But he was...
That's fucking the Warlock.
Yeah, Julian Sands, man.
Warlock.
And that Harley Jane Kozak, we saw a quick clip and Todd had thought it was Linda Hamilton, but it's Harley Jane Kozak who plays the wife.
That's probably true.
Yeah. No, it's 100% true.
Her twin just died.
I did see that.
Her twin just died. And I saw this picture of them on the set of Terminator and I was like, oh no.
I saw a picture of them on the red carpet for something. And honestly, my first thought was, oh, they don't look that much alike. That was like
this guy's in everything.
Yeah, that's who you get when you can't afford Jim Belushi.
Well, I went through the Amazon rainforest.
Yes.
In a boat just like that.
I've never been so jealous of you in my life as that school trip that you went on.
Because I was so nervous. I was so awful.
Yeah.
I wish we were going to do it. We're going to do it.
You would have been had you done that post 9/11, you'd have been in prison. Because I'm not telling you a lie. Somebody said he had a bomb on him at the airport.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
I was arrested. Oh my God, what a story. There he is right there. There's a Warlock. This guy, who is this guy?
I don't know who he is, but
yes, you do.
I know of him, but I don't know his name.
He's in tons of shit.
Yeah, he's dude who's in tons of shit. Julian Sands, he's built for a thing like this. Like he should have been in Jurassic Park 2 amongst all those like experts.
I agree. That's a great call, actually.
He's that kind of guy. But yeah, we were talking about Frank Marshall. So this was his feature debut. He also directed Alive and Congo. But like I said, he did those Temple of Doom and Poltergeist things. He's working on a Bee Gees documentary right now. And he was also a second unit director on a lot of things. He did all the Indiana Jones movies. He did second unit directing.
Really? And all of them?
All of them. Back to the Future, Roger Rabbit.
No
he did,
shit.
so he's done a lot of second unit stuff. Talk about Don Jacoby and Wesley Strick, who are the writers. Don Jacoby or Jacoby. I never know with that, but bottom line,
Jacoby.
I don't. When I read his,
how do you want to say it?
I'm gonna say Jacoby's sound. It flows. It flows better. So Don Jacoby, he wrote Blue Thunder, Life Force, the canon movie, Death Wish 3, the canon movie, Double Team, the JCVD of what's his face, Dennis Rodman. Van Damme Rodman.
Oh, yeah. Double Trouble or whatever the fuck it was called. Not Double Trouble.
Double Team.
Double Team.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then Vampires. The I think that's the James Woods. John.
This guy,
Carpenter
you know
movie.
what? Oh my God! Everybody in this helicopter is from so much shit.
Yeah,
The driver of the helicopter is the bad guy from some movie. We got to
Yeah.
see him again.
yeah. So he's gonna die, and then
They're
thereby
all gonna die.
then thereby Kobe killing everybody
What's
else.
funny is you said the director did Congo.
Yes.
It's like the same exact opening.
Uh-huh.
He's like, this guy loves going into a random place and getting murdered.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't direct Jurassic Park 3 instead of Joe Johnston. Look at the guy they put next to him. There's no way that someone
No,
like
this
a
is
guy.
the guy that's like, this is where we're
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like he's not the kind of guy who would be like, I'm not getting in your like devil's machine there. Like he's like, I stay on the ground and like, very salt to the earth
He's
like that.
he's
God, how
very,
beautiful is that?
He's, this cliffhanger is going to fly down there. He's the kind of guy that's like, he's cool with it. Oh, executive Steven Spielberg, Frank Marshall.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg actually, he only agreed to do the executive producing if he specifically if John Goodman would be cast in the role, because he worked with him in Always, and Frank Marshall directing this, who also was producer on Always, had worked with him as well. He's like, oh, absolutely, like that's not even a question.
So that was his main thing, was like, you put John Goodman in this.
Yes. He's like nothing else matters.
I like that.
Yeah. This
This guy, wait a second. This guy was he the bad guy in Crocodile Dundee 2?
maybe.
This, not him. We'll see him in a second.
Yeah.
Not that guy.
Yeah. Now that guy's the star of my dreams.
That's the fucking warlock. Don't trust that
Yeah.
guy. I feel like this dude in the blue hat is like a Canadian guy. I've seen him in so much shit.
He reminds me a lot of the guy who was in that like The Next Line game show that
Yes.
was on ages ago. It's not him.
Fuck, can
but-
we find this guy?
Yeah, well, I could, but
What are you doing?
I don't think we're gonna see him
Look at
beyond.
that.
I don't think we're seeing
Look
him
at
beyond
these
the scene.
look at these
so.
things. What the fuck were those
I don't
things
know.
back there?
They were accordions, I think. All this all this scenery just makes me want to remind you guys, go watch The Toughest Race on Earth or whatever it's called on Amazon Prime. Amazing show. So good.
Look at the guy is leading.
Yeah.
He's like the Sherpa.
Yeah.
He's leading them there.
Mm-hmm.
What has Frank Marshall done? Is he the guy that did all the
I literally
Stephen
just told
King
you.
movies?
No. I literally just told you. This was his feature debut. He also directed Alive in Congo.
Who am I thinking?
I have no idea.
Who is the guy that did all the Frank Marshall?
Are you
did
thinking
all the-
Darabont?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah. There you
Okay.
go.
There it is. All the Franks. All Franks look alike to me.
It's true.
Man.
Darabont, you're right. Yep.
Yeah. So, and then Wesley Strick, who's the other writer on this, he wrote Cape Fear, Wolf, The Saint. Then he got weird for him. He wrote Doom, The Rock's Doom, and
You're telling me
Nightmare on
right now
Elm
that
Street.
this guy wrote Cape Fear?
This same guy wrote Cape Fear.
Like the original one or the
No, the Robert
Martin
De Niro one.
Scorsese
Yeah.
one? Dude, we literally just had a huge thing on my boat because my captain just watched Cape Fear.
That's
All
hilarious.
last week, all we talked about was that she watched Cape Fear.
Maybe that it somehow slipped in, and you're like, man, and it's like same writer as Arachnophobia.
Yeah, I definitely,
You really
I definitely
tied that
said that.
together.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah, that's for sure.
Look how gorgeous this is. This is like Jewel of the Nile shit.
Yes. This dude,
Yeah,
somebody tell us. The guy behind him right there.
Yeah, I can find him. All right.
This guy's in a ton of shit. Both of them are. Look, they're lowering down like the. What are they looking for? What are they doing here?
I don't know. At this point, I don't know because we're just screaming through this movie.
Who is that guy from?
Oh, hell if I know.
I know
I'm
him.
looking.
I know
looking for him. I know. Yeah. Well.
Super hot. Dude, I was in the Amazon rainforest.
Yeah.
It was the most disgusting,
Oh, yeah, you gotta get
hottest
back to
place
that.
I've ever been in the history of my life. I'll never go
Yeah.
back.
And then
Unless you crashed.
I was gonna say,
This is what's happened. They were like,
you gotta
Joe
remember-
just crashed. Joe is going to do this thing. He's going to do, the Dueling Decades, but they're on location here, and I'm going, and I crash. I'm gonna fucking find you, man.
Thank
Look at
you.
these dirty fucking things.
I got touched by a spider web today of like a daddy long legs, and I had a fucking shit fit.
The reason I thought of this movie
Yes.
is because I'm on the boat,
yeah.
and I'm not shitting you. I go to my station where I have to use the wire, to pull the boat in, and it's like, holy shit, these spiders are monstrous. Like, they're disgusting. I don't kill them because I think they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
But look at this, look at this.
So,
this
yes.
is like the fucking spider web, the guy that grabbed fucking
Frodo.
for exactly. Yes. He's not Samwise. This
You're
guy's
hitting
not
me.
fucking
You're hitting me
Samwise.
so much.
I'll fucking hit
He
you when I
was
want
he
to,
was
you
from a croc.
motherfucker.
I know he was from Crocodile Dundee 2. He was from Executive Decision.
Crocodile Dundee too.
Yeah, and then a bunch of stuff you've never heard of,
Yeah. Come
unless
on.
you know El Hoyo de Diablo.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That-
ever.
yeah, that's the one I know
Come on.
most from.
That's.
So yeah, that's.
I love this because it's like this is going to be
Oh my
the
God.
movie with Jeff Daniels,
Yeah.
right? Is he coming in here?
Oh my God, Brandy is in this movie.
Brandy,
Like the singer,
Monica and Brandy.
Yeah, which they just did a thing together.
Yes, they did.
And it was
They put their differences aside. They're like, "Girl, I don't care."
yeah. Were they
Let's
really?
do this?
Well, and when they were saying they put their differences aside, I'm like, what are you talking about their differences? Was that like a real argument they were having in that
Oh,
song?
girl, you don't even know, girl.
Apparently.
Well, you don't even know what happened between those two.
Apparently, I don't.
Ugh.
That's probably why I asked.
Look, he's firing off. This is such a great beginning, right? This is like the explanation on how they got there.
Yeah, right.
They could have just shown like a crate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
we're on the boat the one day. I see the spider.
Yes.
I think to myself, this looks like a fucking Black Widow. Only it doesn't have the red stripe on its ass.
Okay.
And then I don't say anything to anybody. I'm just because I forget.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and then the next week, Mitch, big motherfucking beautiful man.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, he's like 7 feet tall.
Oh, nice.
He's a giant.
Tell him I said hi.
Big cock rock.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
going to tell him you hate him, you want to fight him.
Okay.
He was like, I think this is a Black Widow spider. And I was like, shit. I was like, I totally forgot. I think it is too.
So we ate him, and he
And
died.
we also absolutely did find a wolf spider.
Nice.
I was looking on the deck,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I thought it was Leaf, and then when I walked over, I was like, holy fuck, it's a giant spider. And it turns out it was a wolf spider.
Oh man.
We didn't kill it, because they won't allow that, because
Yeah.
they don't like it.
Yeah.
And
I
we
love
just, they took a shovel, and they pushed him to one end, and there he went.
They just they're sonically murdering butterflies right now.
Awful.
I'm
Come to Peely Island.
butterflies.
Lots of butterflies.
Oh yeah.
This is right now is the time when they get there.
Yeah. Yeah, they like to come late when the crowds are down.
Exactly.
Everybody's kids are back to school and stuff like that. Not everybody's got time, so like I could really like come there.
Everybody, and tell
them to
everybody
town.
out there right now.
Yeah.
States, wherever you are, if you have a garden, if you have a space to grow something, put in milkweed, put in wildflower,
Yeah.
put them in.
Do it. Just
Do
go.
it. Seriously, do it.
One of each.
There's the butterflies, the bees, they don't have the roots that they used to.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. Put them in. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Apparently, they were saying in this movie they were taking the safety of the animals like super seriously. So any dead animals that you do see on there are like naturally dead animals and stuff like that. They didn't
Oh my
kill.
God, look at the size of that.
I know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, so scary.
Oh.
It didn't fit in the. It jumped. It
Holy
jumped.
He's alive. Stop him. Stop him.
Yeah. He's doing the right thing.
They're watching.
It's such an interesting idea, this movie. Just the like, because they're doing kind of like what Hitchcock used to do. He's like, I'm going to take your fears and then you're just going to have to deal with them for 2
Yep.
hours, right? That's like how what's the word, vertigo and things like that come into play, right? And like this one does a lot of that, and watching a spider skitter around, like that's I think
The
about
one-
Peter Jackson. The reason that like they make such a big deal of that spider and that is because he was so afraid of them.
This movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
And the one thing I could say against the movie is that you don't need to be afraid.
Yeah.
If you're in Australia, fuck yes.
Everything's a monster in
Yes,
Australia.
like Jesus God.
Yeah.
But we're in Canada. I'm telling you, on the deck, I'm surrounded by spiders. I don't kill them.
Yeah.
They're above me. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're all around me. And then, oh my God, the one day, Jim, the guy that I work with,
Yeah. He's
he's
not as
talking
tall.
to me. He's talking to me. And all of a sudden, I literally see behind his shoulder this big leg come around. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, Jim. I was like, Uncle Jim. I call him Uncle Jim. I'm like, Uncle Jim, oh my God. And this huge fucking spider comes over his shoulder. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, don't look. I was like, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look, don't look. And then I flicked it. And then when I flicked it, he looked. But then it like caught its web and swung under his arm. Oh, it was awful.
My heart
was
would come
awful.
out of my asshole if
Oh my
that
God.
happened.
I wish.
Like you would be more humane if you would have put a bullet in my chest rather than not told me. just not even a word, and just gun out, boom. Which, by the way, I had the most fucked up dream last night. I went to a live.
It's coming out.
I know. I went to a live podcast thing, like a podcast performance, but it was taking place like on a road, like just on the street.
What street?
I don't know. I didn't look at my Google Maps in my dream, but and I got shot in the leg after the show, and then I'm like,
By what? What do you mean?
like by a gun. Somebody shot me with a gun. This was in my dream. And
Oh,
that's what
Jesus.
I did say the word dream
I know.
twice to
Yes, you
start
did.
this
You
up.
should start to watch the spider. Yeah.
I know. It's yeah, I know, because I'm trying to focus on it too. So I'm trying to like
Yeah,
I'm
you
repeating
know
myself. But the so I wake up. And the doctor tells me everything that's been going on. He's like, okay, we had to take the bullet out. It got about 2 inches into your thigh, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you've been asleep for days now. He's like, you should be okay. You should be able to get up. I'd like you to get up and walk around a little bit. Kill that spider. And then, so I went outside and I realized that where I went out the door, I was right back where I was when I got shot. And I was like, oh my God, this is where I was. And I was with somebody else who had come to visit me. And then all of a sudden I see some dude walking down with a gun. And I'm like, no. And I covered the other guy up and I got shot in the neck. Like right after I got shot again. And I went and I saw like blood on like on the collar of my shirt as I was like coming back in my reflection. Then I woke up. So I got shot a lot. Now this guy's dead.
You know
so
what? This entire section of this movie,
yeah.
This movie's been on for 18 minutes.
Yeah.
We have not seen the main cast.
Yeah.
They are literally making this spider super bad guy.
Yeah.
That spider came in and bit him on purpose and then fucked off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have
There's
to.
no other reason.
Well, I mean, you have to,
Awesome.
because if they just do it for
Well, no, they could
nothing,
have just been there.
Yeah. But
They could have started the movie without knowing anything. You would still
Yeah.
know that this spider was a fucking beast.
Yeah. And then it's a matter of like they should have they make it super aggressive, whatever, but then it's a matter of getting everybody on board with like just him being overrun afterwards too, on top of the
Oh, he's still in there. We got to send this
pine
guy
box.
home. We got to send his body home to America.
Yeah. By the way,
The spider knew that. That's why he did it.
if I get bitten and poisoned by a monster, don't mail me home. Just burn wherever I'm at, just in case there's one on me.
Well, just look in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Maybe before look inside.
Take a peek. Maybe just
You
gas.
know?
Maybe just gas it because you're not going to kill the dead
That's
guy.
bullshit. What you do is you burn your ashes there and then send them.
That's what I'm saying. And then if there's some spider
What's
ashes
your
in there,
idea?
so be it.
What do you want?
I want to go funeral pyre. I want to go full on like Darth Vader. But that's one way or another I want to be burned.
I want a spot too.
Yeah.
But I want a spot.
Yeah.
I want to be thrown.
Yeah.
In my will, it already says that when I'm super old, I don't know what's happening. Throw me in with the tigers.
Yeah.
Just make it hilarious. They rip me apart. I'm like, what's happening? Why are you?
I want to
And
die.
then myself now will be laughing.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I want the last thing I do to be me slipping on a banana peel, falling face first into a pie, and then my heart stops.
And then he's dead.
And then just somebody there on a trombone, on a trombone, wah, wah.
So where they're in Canaima.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's Canaima?
I don't know.
Is he a funeral director?
Apparently.
Well, we'll see. We'll see who this is.
No, this is, no, it's not. He's not the funeral director because we're still not there yet. We're not with the main people.
We're getting in here.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Buddy from True Lies. Or not True Lies,
Fake Lies?
Total Recall. And you'll be
yes.
lobotomized.
Yeah.
He's got the sweepy down his head.
Yeah. No, I know who we're talking about.
What you like? Yeah, they get fucking
they get tree
they get
tree
fucking caskets all the time. Not they don't even it's
Well,
tree casket, whatever, right?
Yeah. I think my first thing, if I saw one like that, can we just do a quick sweep for
like,
spiders?
Yeah, or something, right? Like, what the fuck did this thing come from?
I'm gonna go get my chainsaw because this thing is riddled with monsters. There's no way.
Yeah, like what the fuck? No question.
Hey, his shirt matches the tiles in the background.
Oh
Don't
my
have
god!
a cat.
Oh my god! You just took half your sandwich.
Good. See, this is a whole.
I hope the cat makes it.
I'm now concerned about the health and safety in this place too, and the fact that his shirt matches the tiles.
Right? There's a cat running around eating things.
Yeah. He's
Who
just
knows,
just
right?
eats an eyeball out of like a dead person, and he's
my
having an open
God.
casket funeral.
See that 20-minute sequence was making this spider the bad guy.
Yeah,
I really like it actually.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
And it's super Congo. That's what Congo was. Oh, now he's on the other side. Oh, there he goes. Like he sucked the life out of that motherfucker.
Oh my god!
Eh?
He looked at the Ark of the
So
Covenant.
deadly.
Oh, maybe he's in it. That is the Ark of the Covenant.
He is.
Son of a bitch.
I love it. I love it.
So an interesting little thing. Obviously, the spider is not real for the
Oh,
for
no,
lots.
run, dog, run.
Yeah, don't. But the spider's not real for big chunks, obviously, and stuff like that.
Yes.
The person who built the animatronic spider of Big Bob, who was named after Robert Zemeckis, by the way. That's the name, Big Bob.
The spider's name is Big Bob, named after Robert Zemeckis.
Yes.
That's great. That's just really good.
Yeah. But anyways, the person who built it was Jamie Heineman from Mythbusters. It was one of the first things he did as a prop.
No way.
It was as a prop maker. Yeah.
That's a great point. That's a good one.
This is
He's
cool
gonna bite
too.
him. Oh, yep. Dead.
They pointed out.
Is this one of the? This is one of the movies that you need to see at the end that no animals were harmed.
And they full on they make that point very very clearly in this too, that on the absolute, she looks like Helen Hunt a little bit.
I was literally just thinking the exact same thing.
See, you should have not had a drink then. You should have just been. You don't take a break. You throw out your witticisms before you get some libations.
Never.
But yeah, so yeah, it was one of the earliest things that Jamie Heineman did, though, and I don't know how often he's the spider, or like he's the animatronic spider. They did get a it's one of those Goliath bird-eating spiders, is that the actual Big Bob,
right?
And so they use that. And the rest of the spiders, I have the information here. They're called Avondale spiders, or Delina spiders, or the other
Avondale spiders.
Yes, it only means something to us. Yes.
Yo, listen, wait a second.
Yeah.
Avondale is the name of a store
corner
that
store
we
right
have
here.
had forever in the St. Catharines region.
Yes.
There's still a couple, things have taken over, but Avondale is the store.
Yep. And so anyways, there are these types of spiders, but they're completely harmless. They don't hurt you. They don't bite, blah, blah, blah. And so, but they needed something that would look scary and do the all creepy crawly tarantula kind of thing. But
You're talking the big one.
No,
like Big Mama.
all the other ones.
The main, not the main one, but the little guys.
The swarm.
The little guys, yeah.
Yeah. So they got those guys. So they needed something that was going to be harmless for because Frank Marshall very specifically wanted the actors to be in and among them. So obviously you don't want to put the actors in danger.
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, watching this movie as it goes later is like, Jesus Christ, who the fuck?
Yeah.
It's amazing. The spiders are all over him.
Yeah.
And I saw years ago that it was like they actually did like a spider Olympics.
Yeah.
Where they tested all these spiders.
You son of a bitch. That's literally what I was in the middle of telling you about.
Okay, go.
No, go ahead. I want to hear it from... No,
I
here's
just
why.
heard that it
Because
was-
I usually have this info. You have it. I want to hear it.
I just heard that it was like they tested all these spiders because they wanted them to be able to upside down, around, and, you know, all this shit.
Yeah.
And that's what they wanted.
Yep, that's exactly it. They ran each species through 10 tests, including speed, climbing ability, reaction to heat and cold, because that's how they would get them to go from one place to another. They'd make it cold in one area, hot in another area. So then they would, so it's like, oh, I don't want to go this way. I want to go this
fucking
way.
awesome.
And so it was a lot of stuff like that. They also had a lottery where everybody would take bets on what take the spider would finally get it right, because
So killer.
because it was like you can't tell a spider what to do. You can't train a spider like you can train a dog or something like that, where you like do this thing and then you give them a treat or whatever. So that's the Avondale spider.
That's the Avondale spider.
Yes,
Summers and butts.
I don't like those ones that have the leg up like that. It's like it's holding a machete or something.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, I'm coming, I'm
They're
coming,
ready
I'm
to kill ya.
Screw you guys.
Fuck you.
Jeff Daniels was,
Shit.
I didn't really write down a lot about the actors in this one, because I mean we've dealt with
spiders,
well,
exactly.
But I was gonna say we've also dealt with Jeff Daniels before a couple of times. We've dealt with John Goodman before. I will say though, Jeff Daniels, just as a reminder in terms of endearment, speed, Dumb and Dumber, like he's a fucking genius. You don't have to worry about him.
I remember talking with somebody the other day.
Yeah.
And I told him that we were going to do this movie.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, Jeff Daniels in a serious role. And I was like, listen, Jeff Daniels has been in 90% serious roles.
I was going to
It's
say,
just been
yeah.
Dumb and Dumber and Dumb and Dumber 2, that he was really in a comedy.
Yeah,
you know,
you punched this guy in the
comedy.
dick, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was just like, he's been in, all his shit is fucking serious.
Yeah. And so and the stage and like
Yeah,
he's
exactly.
Just,
and I was like, he's, I was like, you don't know, like he's been in everything.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
That's what Jim Carrey asked for.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey was like, give me an actor. I don't want another comedian. Give me an actor.
Yeah. No, that was it too, and he did it. And I mean, he was amazing in that, as he's amazing. In
Oh,
fucking everything.
look! Is he banging?
Yeah.
Is he the big one, the little one? He's banging.
Yeah.
Look, they're making love.
I think it's underage.
They're making love.
If I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
about-
Oh, I think it is too. She's pretty
Yeah.
young. Piece of shit. Jeez, he took advantage of her.
I will make this point just because I don't usually point out like the foibles of movies and stuff like that, because they're movies. Fucking get over it. But just because we saw that spider fall out of the sky with the bird, so the spider would have been dead right there and then, because
Why?
because they have exoskeletons, and if you dropped it from like a handful of feet, it would shatter.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes. That's
Really?
that's 100%. That's why they can't, like they said, a tarantula, if you drop it from like 3 feet, it will, and it lands like on its back.
We don't know. This is a super tarantula.
Yeah, it's a super trend.
Come
Well, that's what I
on,
said.
right?
That's what I'm saying. I don't usually point this out because
This
it's a
one-
movie
I
to
like
buy
that though. I
But-
did not know
Yeah,
that.
and that's the thing, because there's a scene later where you see them falling like crazy. They said there was 100% chance that not one of them would have survived,
Right.
because they all just would have like.
That's amazing. I did not know that.
Because it's all your bones, like your bones are protected by your body, by like skin, muscle, fat, and whatever. Their bones are the outside of their body. So like literally, that's why it's so easy to just
They
take
would
your
have
thumb
died.
and kill it.
Right.
Like you could do that to a friggin' tarantula. I wouldn't do it.
Okay,
but-
wait a second, okay?
Yeah.
The spider
Yeah.
is being carried away by the crow,
Yeah.
the raven. He bites it. Then in air, he twists it so that he lands on top of the raven as it dies. He uses it. Boom.
I'm not against that. I think that's like, if we need a reason to move forward from this point, I would say
Exactly.
go ahead. And then
I really like that point, though. I want
Yeah.
to actually look into that.
yeah, let's you and me just do a really weird scientific experiment where we just get a bunch of spiders and we just
And
drop
kill
them.
them. I don't think anybody would have a problem with it.
It's yeah.
There's a lot of spiders.
We're doing a show called Shitty Mythbusters. It's like we're gonna
Shitbusters.
If
Like, that would be amazing.
If this turns out to be true, a lot of animals are going to be dead by the end of this
it's
segment.
like in the very beginning, you're like, you fuck, he bit me, fuck. You know, everything goes wrong horribly right in the beginning, and the entire episode is not doing the test; it's taking me to the hospital because I got bitten by this spider, and then
It bit my penis. Suck out the poison. You're
down there.
You're being really helpful, and you're sucking out the poison. I look at the camera and give it a little wink. I'm like, this isn't a poisonous spider. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life down there? But I throw you a 5 just to make you feel like more of a whore.
$5. You throw the spider a $5. Thanks for showing up, bud.
Yeah.
Thanks for.
I paid him ahead of time to show up.
She does look like Linda Hamilton mixed with what's her name?
Helena.
$1 Million Baby.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Swank?
Yep.
All right. I'm still.
Helen Hunt. Swank.
Just a bunch of people.
Wank.
Yeah, there you go. She had a kind of a hot career going around this point too. She had been in Parenthood. She was in When Harry Met Sally. Then she was in Necessary Roughness, and then it's just like little bits of TV here and there.
I'll bet you because she fell off. She was probably a real human being that was like, this sucks. I'm going to go raise my babies.
No, she was probably
She probably got bit by spiders. She was like, fuck this.
This wrecked everything for her. She was like, being around all these spiders ruined my brain. I have to go be in a Sinbad movie to kind of like normalize, and then that didn't do well, and then like life didn't go great for her after that.
Like even worse.
Yeah.
I have to be in a Sinbad movie.
That's
being the old, like
every
skeletons, and then she couldn't.
Yeah.
She got confused. It was the black guy.
Yeah. Every single person who was in,
who was he in Necessary? He was in Necessary Roughness.
Yeah. What? Who was?
Sinbad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said she's got to do a Sinbad.
Oh my God! We gotta watch Necessary Roughness next film.
Okay, we're going to start. We're gonna put it on now.
So
this movie's over. This spoiler alert, spiders.
It looks like that was Huntsville.
I know. We get so many good memories of that's a semi-famous place of Ontario because a lot of celebrities kind of hunker down there for.
I was so jealous when you told me that you just drove up to Weber's and ate there.
Yeah, we will. I've done that a few times, but Carrie and I one time we actually drove to Huntsville for like a day trip. We just went up there and we drove around. We went to Yogs.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah, and this was years ago. But like when I think
it's still there.
It was then. That was like, but again, that was like 10
probably
years
still
ago.
There.
And yeah, it was nice. And we went down to like where we used to park the boat and stuff like that. People who don't know, obviously, Todd and I have been friends for ages. But also, we would go for 3 weeks every summer. We would go to his aunt and uncle's cottage. And just
awesome.
Live the life, man.
I loved it. It was so awesome.
Go into town via boat.
I wish we could go back there with everybody that was there.
Yeah.
Because I feel bad that I made fun of Buddy's shoes and...
I don't even remember that.
But then they were like, he has to wear these shoes because of his feet, which I've never heard of before.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
whatever. Maybe he does. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember they were in the cottage over...
Yeah.
The one cottage, they had that huge boat with like the 4 motors.
Yes.
And then there was the other couple, and they had a daughter and a son.
Yes.
And the son would wear these moccasins.
Yes.
And we would make fun of them.
Yeah.
Even though we didn't really, it was a real thing. And then
I barely remember the son. I know the daughter by name.
Yeah, they were totally upset with us for making fun of his shoes, and I felt bad. Because it was like he has to wear them, and I was like, I've never ever heard of somebody that has to wear moccasins.
Yeah. We still are.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, if he has to wear them, okay.
Yeah. We still weren't the biggest dick kids in that cottage area, though. You know who I'm talking about. You know who you are. Look at that one.
Oh my God.
The only solution to this, by the way, is not like
that's
it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I would just instantly torches in every corner of this place, and then watch out, and then like be at the entrances in case something came out.
This is like what that chick ran into in like fucking Gremlins 2. Like, look at this. Like, what? Can you honestly look at a spider web that big and be like, this is normal?
Yeah. Nope.
Look at this one. That's normal.
That's unacceptable.
It's like the size of a goddamn airplane hangar. Like, Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
I was up in the I was up in the attic earlier and I saw some spider webs. Maybe we should spray. He's like, yeah, whatever. You know the spiders out in the country.
Yeah, he just has like a can of Raid. He's like, he just like sprays it like. He's like, how about now? You good? Lordy. So the movie, it cost $22 million to make. It made $53 million overall. And again, this is one that was considered as a not super well received one. Like it did fine. It got kind of the cult following, home video and stuff like that.
Well, 22 to 53 sounds pretty good to me.
No, 22 to 53 is good, but then you do like you always have that thing of like how much did it cost to like promote and blah 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 blah. It's business crap, right? But it opened number 3 behind Ghost and Die Hard 2. But it beat the only other newcomer from that week, which was Navy SEALs.
Ooh, Seagal?
No, that's wasn't that Sheen?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And then next week it went down to number 4 when Presumed Innocent and Problem Child came out.
I feel automatically from this movie that the beginning section was way too long. They could have gotten that across in 5 fucking minutes.
Well, you know what? You know who did it perfectly? Jurassic Park.
Yeah. They could have gotten that done like, where this thing got crated over. They could have done it in 5 fucking minutes.
They did 2 scenes in Jurassic Park that covers the entire premise of the movie in 5 minutes.
Yes.
The scene in the jungle there where where you see him get the amber, and the scene where they're unloading the dinosaurs and one of them I was like, okay, they're doing something.
Done.
They're doing something prehistoric. Dinosaur eats a dude. This isn't safe. Okay, I'm on board now. Bring me Jeff Goldblum and let's get to work.
This one was like 18 minutes of we're doing this and blah blah blah, and then here's a spider and I get it. It does actually, to be honest with you, add. But I think that people would be lost in that 18 minutes.
I know I'm 100% though on your side because again, it's going nowhere because like almost none of that comes back.
Yeah,
like you do.
This is all I remember here is Jeff Daniels and the spiders and
I barely remember Jeff Daniels being in this movie. I only remember John Goodman.
Yes.
The only thing is I remember seeing, because we used to even like pretend where it was him and he'd be like, rock and roll with his like spray thing.
Yes.
But he doesn't even scream it in the thing. But I think he did in the commercial for it, like in the promo for it. He screams. So we were all like, whatever. And then we saw the movie and he just
the only ones.
And they,
Only Tear for My Girl.
Yep.
That fucking, we know what the fuck that. We know what they really did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We either...
bullshit.
Yeah, we either our memories are either based on like a commercial that was changed, or we just completely fabricated it as a dual hallucination.
Exactly. No,
which was how that's what Crybaby was.
This is exactly what it is.
Yeah.
We were taken away together.
Yes.
At some point.
Yeah. Undoubtedly.
Wherever the fuck they took us.
Yeah.
And this is what is happening now.
Oh God. Yeah, we're just.
I don't see the owl. I don't see these things, but we were fucking taken away.
Yeah.
And they loved it. They looked at our brains. They're like, these are fucking out. They're probably watching movies right now. They're probably listening to us. Like, fucking give me the fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could just find the frequency.
Yeah.
Just text it in, bro.
Yeah.
Sext it in, whatever it is. He's like, I used to live in a barn.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I have a bad, because he's talking about being afraid of heights here or something like
Is
that.
it heights? I thought it was like barns.
He's just afraid of everything.
Like, oh God, my hair is so fluffed. I can't walk around this thing.
Well, it's because he's afraid of having buzzed hair. That's also a fear. I couldn't imagine, like, what are your real phobias? Like, if you really break it down, like, it's not something that you're like, oh, like, I'm afraid of getting shot in the face. It's like everybody's kind of a little afraid of that. I'm taught, like, just something where it's like, it's something that's reasonably manageable, but you just can't get your brain around it.
Home invasion.
Okay.
I dream about it.
Yeah.
I have dreams about people being in my house that shouldn't be there.
Yeah. Which, I
live in a house that's not my house.
Yeah.
But in the dream, it's my house, and people are in there, and I can't. That's what it fucking freaks the fuck out of me.
It looked like a monkey at first.
It's like
it's
a rat or something.
Yeah, it's a rat.
Look like he's ready laughing.
I'll tell you mine.
Ooh, is that a gremlin?
I was just gonna say it totally looks like a gremlin.
What's yours?
Mine
There's
is
more. I've got more.
Yeah, but my primary one.
Dark.
See, I don't have any concern about that. My biggest fears are
there's babies.
the little sounds in silence. This is the one that I would fear the least.
Tinnitus.
No, I'm not talking like the little, but I'm with you on that too. But like, you know, when you're just in a really quiet area and you hear the tiniest little like, and you hear something, and you're like, there should be no noise right now. What the fuck was that noise?
Right.
Like that's one. But the one that I fear the most, not enclosed spaces per se, but being in a scenario where you're in a spot that you can't get out of. Like, you know, if you say you had to like shimmy through a pipe or something like that, and then you got stuck and you couldn't go backwards or forward now, and you're just there and you just fade a fucking. Fade
sorry.
away.
Okay, yes. Okay, I'll tell you right now. I think you're 1000% correct.
Yeah.
We're talking about, you know what I think about all the time when I'm in a car is like the car gets into a horrible car crash.
Yeah.
I'm not dead, but I can't move. I'm stuck, and it's like, I'm stuck.
Like I always had this fear because I know there were people. There was that like sewer entrance. It wasn't like a gross. Oh, Meatloaf.
No, that's.
Oh no, that's not Meatloaf. But he looks very much like
He
Meatloaf.
totally looks like Meatloaf.
He totally looked like Meatloaf.
There's
And
what's
it's
her name?
the old lady from
Everything.
Happy Gilmore, very
Yes,
specifically.
yes. It's Happy's mom.
No, there's
grandma.
there's one that I saw in there that I don't know if we'll see her again, but I did see her. I'm hoping that she shows up. But it was Mimi from the Drew Carey show. Kathy Kinney was just there.
Dreams, dude. Look
Yeah.
at this. I have dreams
I have sex dreams
about killer
this.
whales, and
Really?
it terrifies me.
Yeah,
Absolutely, like the ocean and
Yeah.
killer whales.
yeah.
But also,
So you go to Marine Land and you're like, good.
No
fuck 'em.
fucking way. Don't ever go. Nobody go to Marine.
No.
I will never go to Marine Land.
No.
Don't ever go to Marine
No.
Land. Those poor bastards.
Yeah, I need that place to shut down fast.
But yes, I have horrible. My main dreams are like it's like being stuck somewhere and I have to break out.
Yeah.
And I always have to go through something that's like, oh my God, like I have to go like it's like slide or like hold my breath and go through this tunnel and
yeah, I'm still convinced that's just Meatloaf. I don't even care that I'm wrong.
this guy's and everything with his hair.
It's so unimportant to me that I'm wrong.
This movie should have been here 20 minutes ago.
Yep, no, absolutely. Oh my God, is that like if Johnny from the Karate Kid just sat down? I've had so many freaking Karate Kid things. So there she is, Mimi from the Drew Carey show.
That's his wife.
Oh yeah, they match up.
Mimi, I love her.
She was
She's
so
great.
funny.
Fucking
That was a really good show.
Yes, it was.
It was so, because you know what it was? It was so simple, and it was so like they felt more like friends, like the friends from Seinfeld. Like I love Seinfeld. I love the guys and all the actors and stuff like that. But they didn't seem like they were really friends.
Right.
Like they were all somebody would say something that was funny that made the whole crowd laugh, but then the person there was like very uninterested in what they had to say. But when you went to Drew Carey show, when they said a joke, the other people laughed at their joke, like when it was a joke on purpose.
I know what you mean.
So, but it was like everybody.
I
her
tell you
too.
that I met
She's
him?
some stuff. Who? Drew Carey?
Colin Mockery.
Oh, Colin Mockery. Right.
I know
On.
that story.
No, maybe.
I was sailing, or I was doing Médecins Sans Frontières, Doctors Without Borders. It was super winter, and he knocked on this door. When he knocked on this door, I was like,
You did tell me
it was
this
like
story.
this beautiful door, and he came
Yes.
out. Yeah,
Yes, you did tell me that story.
spiders are all over here. Look at her gorgeous blonde hair. Totally
yeah.
fuck her. She's awesome. Let's see, yeah, it's great to see him. He's the doctor. I think he's like the town doctor.
He's the coroner.
The coroner. That's
Yes,
the coroner.
yeah.
That's kind of the same thing.
He's well, in some places you
In
don't even have to
sense,
be.
He's he's like a death doctor.
Yes, it's crazy too. I watched a last week tonight where they were talking about coroners and stuff, and most states don't even require you to have like a medical degree to do that shit. And I'm like, how is that possible? Like literally, these people are like doing like autopsies and shit like that, and they don't know the first thing. I guess because it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Kill them?
No, this is why people all over get sent to prison with nothing.
Yeah,
They're like, because the police are like, we need to find someone.
yeah.
We can't. If I'm here and I don't find someone, then why am I here?
Look at this. See, that
Look at
has
that creepy bastard.
that has all of like the tropes of the spiders I hate. The really long legs, the ones that like kind of
That's why
really
they
come up
picked
and
him.
bend. And exactly. It moves at a speed that's like faster than the other ones, but then also has like all the tarantula hairiness.
Did you
And
kill that cat, you fucker?
yeah.
Kill that bitch. Go kill the cat.
Yeah, kill the woman, please.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she changed her
It looks
name.
like
You
it's
can
on
see.
an arm or something, right? No, it's on like
it's
the
the chair.
bench of the.
But she, it's interesting too because they made very specific choices because, like, how do you make a just narrowly missed. But they made a lot of very specific choices about
how many times it took to film these scenes.
But this is what I was saying, why they had the lottery. They said the most takes they had to do at any like out of all the times they had to do a shot with a spider was 21 takes.
21 takes.
21 takes was
just
the most.
Just to make sure he walked towards and did, so just before it got to the cat, they picked him up.
Yeah.
19 takes.
Yeah.
Maybe, that one might have been not, though. Let's guess.
Yeah.
During this movie, which was the take that was the 21.
All right.
Because I bet you not all of them were 21, right?
It's going to have to be something. 8? I'm guessing it's something that was really like precise.
I have a feeling I know which one it is. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Maybe it was some weird one that you're like, oh.
Can I tell you how disappointed I am that I haven't seen John Goodman's face in this movie yet?
No.
I'm really disappointed that I haven't seen John. I know I asked permission, but I thought you were going to be on my side.
No, I'm not.
And it's like, no, but I was like, no, you've been overruled because I. No,
that was in the preview. I think that was in the preview.
I have to punch you in the face because I saw that.
I think that was in the preview.
Oh, is that a spider too? That wouldn't have been
household. Different household.
It would have been finer if it was like the vehicle, the spider that he was like RCing right now. Everything's spiders. Oh my God, they're putting in that is a white person's wine rack if I've ever seen one.
He's giving her
It doesn't look like that worked.
He's not allowed to drink wine, but he loves it.
Yeah, I love having racks.
No, look, see, there's a thing too. It's not. It's like the nail won't even go through it. The whole place is fucked.
Yeah.
The whole place is fucked. Look at that fight. Look. Holy dude, you bought a lemon.
I was just going to say, this is an arachnophobia.
Jesus.
This is an arachnophobia. It's money pit too.
Yeah, exactly.
Son of a
fuck,
bitch.
Bro. Holy fuck.
That's
Maybe
a divorce.
Call him.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, just stop sending nails through the floor, bud.
Yeah, you want to do me a solid? Just like stop shooting nails.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
I like that he's like pissed about it too. He's like, I almost put this through your foot because you're stupid.
And it didn't.
Try not being on the phone all the time, bitch.
Yeah.
You do have to understand.
Nothing to do with the floor or anything.
You do have to understand. We haven't heard any of the dialogue in this movie, and we don't have the closed captions up because they were fucked up.
Actually,
but it's just yeah. I'm essentially I know the basis I
was at the dentist today, I watched all these I won the lottery and now I'm buying a house. I don't know what the fuck it was called. It was an HD TV. This is like that. Only there's deadly spiders everywhere.
Yeah, I get obsessed with those HGTV shows, man. I work there, so I mean it's one thing, but it's just like you watch them and it's. You see these people, what the ones that kill me are the U.S. ones, because like we're going to go to Atlanta and these people are looking for a home and they're like, man, we've only got like $130,000. And then like here you couldn't even get a condo for a teeny condo for $130,000.
Dude.
And they go there and it's a friggin' plantation that's like 12 bedrooms.
Dude, it was it was like 338,000.
Yeah.
And it was like a pool, a huge yard, this giant house, 3 bathrooms.
That's what I'm saying.
And I was like, Jesus Christ, you go to Toronto and it's like $500,000 to live in the middle of fuck all.
It's $500,000 here.
Yeah.
In a city that's not that big.
I was like, Jesus Christ,
But it's a very in-demand place because there's not a lot of land to develop on anymore. So it's like there's not a lot of new houses.
It's all going to go up here.
Yeah, well, it already has.
We are very much stuck. There is no way to go out.
That's the thing.
It's got to go up.
Yeah.
There's so little space here.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. We're actually where we live is in the top 10 places for rent in Canada.
Is it really?
Yeah, the region in general.
Yeah, no, I believe it.
And then it's our prices went through the roof. Like a house that would have cost like $200,000 like 10 years ago now costs like $500,000, and it's good for the people who are cashing in on that. We knew some people who literally it was the woman's brother-in-law was a real estate guy, and he's like, man, if you were looking to get out of here, he's like, I could sell this place in a week and make you triple what you paid for it.
Holy
And
fuck.
so they did, and then they just moved outside of the area. They got a place like 3 times the size for half the price,
Yeah.
and then they made a huge profit.
Yeah, that's why it was like my buddy bought a place for $560,000 in the middle of Leslieville.
Yeah.
And it's a nice place, but there's no yard.
Yeah.
And you're stuck to people, and I'm like, holy shit.
Well,
man,
I remember in Alberta, when we were
and
there.
that's everybody's choice. You know, it's his choice to live there, but I'm like, Jesus God.
Well,
I would have lived out a little bit further and had this is what I want.
Yeah.
I want a little place with a giant fucking yard.
Yeah. I don't want to go outside, so I want
man.
I want no yard. I don't want to.
Fuck that.
I want a house that looks like a shack, but then you go in and it's an elevator that goes down, and then it's like the Umbrella Corporation building underneath.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Exactly. No one's gonna break in. And you make it look like a piece of rundown shit.
Yeah.
Like that's how you designed it.
The
And
doors all
nobody's gonna
rickety
break in.
and, like-
I know it's gonna break in, but it's beautiful inside.
Yeah. And that's how I want to roll. But it's crazy to see. But yeah, when I was out in Alberta, they had because
When were you in Alberta?
for my brother-in-law's wedding, his first wedding, and this was before I even got married, so over a decade ago. But it was the thing where they had the it was because they've had the big job boom there and stuff like that. It was like you could work at it, like people who work at Tim Hortons were making $25 an hour there, and literally I was offered no less than 8 jobs while I was there. We were walking around the mall. And they're like, hey,
manager?
and they're like, hey, you looking for? They're like, you looking for work? We go blah blah blah, and then
Here he is.
yeah, here finally,
There you go.
Johnny Goodman. I love this man more than anything.
Agreed.
Carrie's just watching Community now, and it's when he's in it,
Right?
and she's just,
I have
she's
to
just
watch it.
You do have to.
I
watch
have to.
It. You have to watch it.
Is it on Netflix?
It is on Netflix.
Okay.
The whole thing, because they're basically all but guaranteeing the movie's
I
gonna
have
happen.
to finish TNG.
Yeah.
Then I have to do Ozark. And then I promise you,
Yeah.
I will do Community.
Okay. Great.
Even though I feel I should do Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Just watch them both, right? Like simultaneously.
Come on now. What am I? Come on. Come on. What the fuck?
Remember when Abed arrested that guy? It's just like you're just
No,
crossing
I don't.
everything over. I remember none of this.
Look at how young he is.
Yeah.
He's a young, dapper gentleman, eh?
I know.
Was he on Roseanne here? He must have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was like, I think that this was pre-King.
Yeah.
This was pre-King Ralph.
Oh, I don't know. He looks.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's gorgeous.
he was
gorgeous
so-
man.
And he's one of those guys. And again, he was a guy who you didn't really know what you were going to get out of him. Because then, like, you get things like Big Lebowski, and you get
The
like
Coen brothers.
good, yeah, all the Coen brothers
fucking
stuff.
Barton Fink.
Like, and exactly right. Like,
Barton Fink. Barton Fink.
that's so funny. And he's just brilliant. And then like, he's so good. I picture my memory
He
of this
should have
movie.
died in this, to be honest with you. He should have died. I
Yeah.
don't think he does, but he should have.
I think here's how the movie ends in my brain. He gets killed at the very end, and the spiders respect his game so much that they carry him off. They just
Like Neo, right? They're just like
they're just like he went down like a warrior, and they just all get underneath him, and you just see him like lift slightly off the ground, and then he just floats away, and it just goes off into the
Carrying
darkness.
him. This guy's in everything else carried.
Coach
him.
Meatloaf.
Who is this guy?
I'm
You
not
know
gonna.
his name.
I,
Coach Union.
I don't know his name, and I'm not going to say he's not Meatloaf. Even if he was my father, I wouldn't say he's not Meatloaf.
This guy's in a ton of shit.
Yes. All right, I'll look
feel
him
like
up for
John
you.
Goodman should have showed up in the end and been overrun by spiders and killed.
I agree. I would tend to
Like
agree.
he comes in to save them. He's like, I'm a spider killer. But he shows up later. He sprays it. It doesn't die right with the acid.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing. I
Oh,
remember. And
look
the
at all
end.
these almost naked dudes.
I know.
Oh, what's going
He's
on?
like, which cocks are better?
He's
Yours?
looking at a lot
He's
of
like,
these.
your
dudes.
dick. Oh, he's like, you put your dick away.
Oh, he's the doctor. Yeah, I forgot.
What does that even mean?
They say it's checking for hernias, and
Like, what does that do when you cough?
I
Really?
don't know stuff.
And you see it in all these movies, and like, what does that determine when you cough?
I don't
He's
know.
grabbing all the dick, grabs his dick,
Yeah.
grabs his dick.
He should have reached way further down for that guy.
That was
But that's
dick.
just neither,
Yes.
that's neither here nor there.
No, his cock's huge, his balls are the same.
No, that's fair. All right, I'm gonna try and find this coach union guy for
You
you.
grab my own balls right now.
Do you get anything?
Grab my balls and tell me what happens when I cough.
I feel it just I get a boner.
Oh, he's upside down right there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they did like when I heard in that thing, they did like Olympics for spiders.
Yes.
And they tested which spider would be better for upside down, around, which spider looked cool. And this
Yeah.
is the one that won.
You betcha.
They
I
really
don't
do
have
need
this
to
guy.
cut that beginning section shorter.
Well, it's too little
Way
late for
shorter.
that.
It's way too long.
Yeah, I don't think that they're super.
Worried about it, but they need to because
Yeah.
like we could have gotten that, but they did a good job actually.
There we go.
They did a much better job than they should have establishing these spiders. To be honest with you,
That's what he's fucking in. Mainly what he's in. He was in They Live.
there you go.
But he was also in 48 Hours.
Yep.
And then he was in Escape from LA.
Yes,
And
he's a carpenter man.
Yeah.
That's why I know him.
and he was and actually this is something I wouldn't have recognized him from, but the second that they say it, I know exactly who he is. He was in Mortal Kombat. He was Johnny Cage's like sensei. He was like
I just know from they once you said They Live, I'm like, yep, got
yeah.
it.
He was also in Baskets, if anybody gives a shit. Oh, he's also Meatloaf, it says here. No,
What?
I'm kidding.
What? Fuck you piece of shit. He's also. I think you're like, he played Meatloaf in this like, you fucking asshole.
He's just
Looks like he was bit by a spider.
he's Meatloaf like Chris Gaines is Garth Brooks.
Look. Did you just kill him by accident?
I don't know. Not in real life.
Got bit by a spider. They don't even know yet.
You would
He's from another country.
see he grabbed all their dicks, now he's kissing one. This doctor, I'll tell
Yeah,
you what.
which hand?
Oh,
Right?
look at a proper it's our first proper casket of the movie. So we got that going for us.
Oh, right. There was that dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same one. They just painted it gray.
Here, I'll tell you what. If we're ever
Proper casket.
if we're ever out amongst the wild and I die, fashion me a boat and put me on the river like Boromir
Sticks?
style. Yeah, well,
No, I'm
if-
gonna rip you open and wear your skin.
do that too, but leave my weird monkey corpse behind. And make sure to
Sail, do you want to light it on fire?
yes, and put 2 coins over my eyes for the boatman. Like
Which
I
coins?
cover. I don't care. Just fucking-
Toonies?
no, I want I want like
Loonies?
no a couple of like commemorative quarters. Like
I'm gonna tell you right now.
what?
I know. The money man.
You know the money man?
Oh fuck! I'm not
yeah?
even kidding you,
Okay.
dude. I know.
Oh,
this.
you
His
told me
name-
all
his
about
name
this
is
too.
Garth.
You told me about this.
He's
guy.
the money man.
Yes.
I will put coins in your eyes.
Nice. Or do this. If you can't get coins, fine. You
I'll
remember?
stick bills up your
No,
bum.
you remember when you used to like open the bottles of pop and you would like peel out the little rubber thing and it was like you
Under
want a
the
free
cap.
yeah you want a free
Under the
pop
cap, yeah.
but get me 2 of those that are for a free like 700 milliliter.
Okay, so there was actually 4.
Okay.
Over the years, there was 4 of them that when you picked them out, it said, "These are your new cataracts," and you put them in.
Oh, that spider couldn't handle it on the
This
treadmill.
beauty. Oh, here it goes. He's gonna go in a shoe.
I would be to know like I wouldn't be freaked out to know that these ones are harmless. I wouldn't be freaked out like to have one on me or
Look
something
at
like
her.
that.
She's a great actress.
As,
She's everything.
you know, as long as they're like, hey, hey, don't worry about it. These ones are harmless.
Of
blah, blah, blah.
course.
But at the same time, I would be so afraid to be on like the treadmill with them because I'd be afraid of stepping on it.
It's later in the movie when they're all over Jeff Daniels. It's like Jesus God, like
And he
who
was-
would sign up for this?
And he was a little, well, he was more afraid of the big one.
of course, who
but-
the fuck wouldn't be?
Yeah. Well, you should be afraid of anything that's smaller than something, but then eats that.
Felt like a damn cougar.
Yeah.
He felt like a damn cougar.
Yeah. Have you ever watched Kings of Pain?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Have you ever watched Kings of Pain though?
No.
Best crazy show on history. These guys, they're doing, I guess some entomologist or something like that did a pain index for different, like, here's what a bee sting feels like. Here's like how much a bee sting
the
hurts. And then,
spectrum of-
yes. And he like rated everything from like 1 to 4 or something like that.
Right.
So these guys are like,
I think you go to 5, like
Yeah, I know.
Whatever.
But it's like whatever. And so these guys are doing it on a much larger scale and spreading it beyond insects. And they're doing it like on the show. So like they did one where they got stung by a lionfish. Like the spines of a lionfish in them, and you watch like their body react, and it gets all swollen and red. And
Is it awful or
it's horrible. I'll see if I can find a couple.
I know what a tigerfish looks like.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
They're beautiful.
And then they got bit by a reticulated python, like the big motherfucker just like bit down, and you're just watching like blood squirt out of him like a goddamn horror movie. And then
what is this show called?
it's called Kings of Pain,
Should
and
be
it's
called Getting Bit.
yeah, and it's
Getting Bit, girl.
and then they get like super macro shots of like you see some kind of like it was like the bullet ants.
Okay.
And then you see like their little like their pincers, and you could see it bite down on them and stuff like that. And these are pretty manly dudes, and like they're screaming in pain. And then like you see they're sitting there, and it's like it'll say it'll be like 8 hours later, and they're the guys there, and he's still just sweating and just
oh yeah.
it is.
It doesn't matter how manly.
No, but
quotations, man. Once this fucking thing bites you, you're fucked.
But like you picture like almost like a John Wayne, like rub some dirt on it and like keep going. No, it's like no,
these guys fucked.
Like it got to a point. He's like, and like the teeniest little thing, and it bites onto him, and he's like, I feel like I'm on fire from my wrist to my shoulder, and it bit him like somewhere on the forearm, you know. And I'm just like, ugh, don't go anywhere. This is why you don't go outside.
Don't go to Australia. Don't go to Africa.
Yeah.
Don't go to fucking Boston.
Yeah, that's for a different reason.
Exactly. Is there?
That's because I really don't feel like hearing the N word when
That's
I go
exactly
out.
no.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I just don't want to hear their accent.
Yeah.
Because then be like, where did this start and what's happening now?
That's kind of what I'm the most. That was my favorite thing was like I don't know why I'll never forget this guy. I was at Epcot with my wife, and she went off to go, like she was getting like a drink, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to this guy, and he's got that big like that Joe Kennedy nose where it's like you've been drinking way too much, and it's like
a big red. Like Herman.
A forest.
This big Herman nose.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like it's just so huge, and he just talked like Mayor Quimby. He was just like he didn't sound like a Kennedy. He sounded like somebody doing a Kennedy.
Ein Schneidel, Springfield.
That was pretty much
He's a Nazi. Get him.
He's like I'm from Massachusetts, and I'm just like, and he's going, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, tell me everything.
When I was at the dentist, they were watching one of these like. It was like millionaires. They won the lottery and now they're buying houses. Yeah. It's one of these HGTV shows. And this guy was from Boston. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, what are they? Okay, so here's my question. Okay.
Yeah. It's not their fault. Let's put that out there. Right
no disrespect. Yeah. But in school, they're teaching you English. Yeah. And do they say that it's called like
Harvard?
Yeah. What did the guy say? It was like, do they teach you English in the way that you're speaking?
Yeah. No, it's...
You know what I mean? Like, what do they say?
Here's the thing.
What's the inflection? The Boston inflection? I'm trying to think of a word. Baston, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Do you think they're saying
it's kind of like if the penguin was a jock.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like they can't be teaching you English that way. So how the fuck, like...
No, here's the thing. Or at least my experience with people with accents. And I mean, this is probably the same of me. Nobody who has an accent thinks they have one. It's like, I sound perfectly normal. You sound like a psychopath. And that's like when they hear themselves, they're like, I don't hear what you're hearing.
You sound perfectly like you should.
Yeah.
Because you speak proper English.
I get it, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, and then you go down to the South and you get your proper Southern gentlemen, and they sound great. And then you get a little more Appalachian. They're like, who now?
That's what I'm saying. So what are they teaching there? They can't be teaching it in the sense that the way you speak it.
No, but
English is English.
Yeah. No, but it's just, well, it's basically like anything else, right? It's like if you were to learn something in another language, you're like, this is what this word is. So if the person teaching you has an accent, you're hearing the accent.
Right.
So you're like, this is a car.
And car. There you go, like a car.
C-A-R.
There you go. Yes, exactly. And you're like, no, it's car.
And then they spell
it's
it
car.
Yeah, cat. No, but the thing is the teacher is also saying cash.
I
So
know,
they all agree.
Make sense.
So then they and then if they spell it wrong, they're like Cass, C-A-H, right? And they're like, what, you fucking retarded? Like, and it's you know, and
exactly. But then you think of like, okay, so where did an accent come from? How do these people have one accent and then you go one town over and they have another accent?
I actually
it's like totally crazy.
I have the answer to this question, sort of. I have researched this a little bit because I can't remember why.
The only thing I can think of is that they came from another country. They showed up there. They learned the language.
Yes.
And then they had a little bit of an accent because the accent they had wherever they were from, and then blah blah.
Precisely. That's
But how does that? How does that transfer over years and centuries? Oh my Jesus!
Because an accent is a learned thing. So everybody who lives there has it. It's the only way you've ever learned how to speak. It's why people like when they come. It's why Schwarzenegger sounds the way he does. It's like, you've lived here for how long and you still sound like what now?
Yeah, but we understand that.
Yeah,
you know.
But it's the same thing. Like if like most people don't leave the place where they were born. I know in the States it's a little weirder because like people go everywhere for college or whatever, but for the most part, the bulk of the people, if you grew up in Louisiana, you stayed in Louisiana, you died in Louisiana. So that's the only voice you heard until you hear somebody from Minnesota come down and go, oh boy there, don't you know? And then they're like, what the fuck is this person's
like
problem?
Newfoundland, you're like, fuck. Wow, it's a
That's just like, that's literally two people. So you've got the Midwest people like that, and then the Southern people basically both going, you sound ridiculous, and no sir, you sound ridiculous there. Oh boy, then there yet, you know. And it's just but dude. which by the way, and that's exactly because where they say the Canadian accent goes is literally right in the middle of the Midwestern accent and the Newfoundland accent.
Right.
Is we're right in the middle there. Was like, oh, so sorry, eh? And it's like, if you dial it back a little bit, it's, oh, so good to see you there, don't you know? And then you go a little bit further the other way, go, oh Lord, thunder there. I
like that. Oh, here she comes.
Yeah, but
that one's dragging.
That's his big balls.
The fucking holy fuck. But I remember, dude, being in this apartment building.
Yeah,
right here where we're in.
Yeah,
315.
Yeah.
And
don't go there now. He's not there.
My mom's like, hey, come in here, whatever. She's in bed in her room, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And they come in, and she points to the phone.
Yeah.
And the phone has these tiny little bugs coming out of the keys.
Burn the phone.
Boil the phone. Tiny little bugs coming out of the keys. And she's killing them. And I'm like, she's like, these bugs are coming out of the phone and whatever. And then I'm like, they're cockroaches or something. And then
that sounds like a mobile game for your phone.
And then she opens the drawer, top drawer, digs all the clothes out, closes the drawer, takes the next 4 drawers.
Yeah.
Gets to the 3rd drawer, nothing. Gets to the 4th drawer, takes all the sweaters out. It's all sweaters at the bottom. Then she picks up the last sweater. Yeah. And the giantest fucking cockroach I've ever seen climbs over the thing and starts running towards the door. Yeah. I'm like, wah! I jump up onto the bed. My mother grabs the Sears catalog, fucking throws it. It lands right on top of the fucking thing.
The thing throws it back at her and says, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly, right? And I'm like sitting on the bed and I'm just like, Jesus God. And then I get off the bed and I lift the Sears catalog. Yeah. And this beautiful woman on the cover has this giant mole of this crushed fucking cockroach. And I can't fucking believe she nailed it.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a cockroach when I had this big... one of those big Webster's dictionaries, those hardcover ones that was like the 1,000,000 page, like it weighed like 30 pounds. And I saw a bug and I literally slammed the book down on it. It was on the carpet. And then I picked up the book and he was still walking and I'm like, I'm done. Like that was, now I know that the carpet.
You live here now, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
See you later. Whatever, this is your place. I'm fucking getting the fuck out of here.
My mom's raising you now. Chicken parm for dinner tonight. And no, but like I threw it down on it, and I know like carpet kind of like whatever, he went down to the carpet, but it was not not an acceptable excuse at that point for my psyche. I was just like I was not in a great place
for my psyche.
So this movie was originally like its original script as it was received was very much very much a horror movie, and without any kind of irony or quirk to it, you know. And then it wasn't until Frank Marshall got his hands on it and he's like, nah, it needs to be more, and it has to have some fun. Like, you want to be screaming and laughing at the same time, because he's like, nobody wants to be just full on terrified. People want to like go on a little bit of a thrill ride, right? They want the ups and the downs and stuff like that, right? Which, I mean, I don't fully agree with, because there's plenty of full on horror movies that do perfectly well.
I agree.
But either way, they called this I think they called this a thrillody, is what they were calling it. So part thriller, part comedy.
Thrillody makes it sound like it's a trilogy of thriller.
Yeah.
Look at that right there.
He is Julian Assange. Like, if Julian Assange would have happened back then, he would have been playing Julian Assange instead of his name
was. But I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yes. His name is Julian.
Yes,
but I believe he would do great.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. I just looked at him. I just see a pompous blonde, and I was thinking Julian Assange.
Yeah, you should have saw the fucking, what's his name?
Warlock.
Yes. Warlock.
This guy should be somebody more. Yeah.
We should watch all of the Puppet Master movies, man.
Well, we were talking about doing for a stream, doing a 24-hour. We got to pick, like, I was like, the first one I think you mentioned, which kind of got me going, was Leprechaun.
Oh my God, yes.
Because there's 8 movies.
I think it's got Leonardo and Jennifer Aniston. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jennifer Aniston's there. There's 2 In the Hood movies, so you got that going. There's a space one.
I'll tell you right now. Okay.
Come on.
On the boat, they try and make us kill all these spiders and blah, blah, blah. I break their nests and I let them run. Yeah. And when I'm on my winch, you know, where the big wire that we throw out, there's fucking gigantic, not as big as this cock's mother, you know, not like these dock spiders, not like that motherfucker that every fucking day. Yeah. Every fucking day at the cottage, I look under the pillows. When one of us, you know, because we all switched, I get to sleep on the futon. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going to look under the pillows, and boom, the hugest fucking spider was there. I didn't know what to do. Yeah. I didn't want to wake my uncle up. I didn't want to wake anybody up. I was like, holy shit. No. So again, that's one of these bastards
turn the place down.
But at my job, I'm like, they're good. They eat, you know, bugs, and so I try not to. But this is what made me think of this movie, was watching these big, huge spiders.
I tell you, that's great.
Wasn't it a spider before?
Probably.
Wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was looking at numbers from our. No, I was looking at numbers from our stream because they popped up on my phone. So I was just like, I'm running analytics at the same time that I'm doing this movie.
Good. Somebody else do.
Yeah. It wasn't great. Our stream is very new. People have yet to discover it.
I don't give a fuck how long it takes.
I know, right?
They're gonna love us. So make them.
Yeah, I'm coming to your home.
This guy's in a ton of shit.
Yeah, he looks like he plays Jimmy Olsen in like a spin-off of Superman.
Yeah, like Lois and Clark or something. Like in the future. No, it's when Flash goes to the future. And he's like a little bit in the future, a couple years. There he is, Jimmy Olsen. Yeah. I don't like the guy that plays Flash now. No. I love the Flashpoint story, but I don't. Yeah.
It's interesting, too, because...
Did you watch the 4-hour Snyder Cut yet, or what?
It hasn't come out yet, has it?
Oh, well.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of the Snyder Cut people gloating still.
I will never. Yeah. Should we watch it just to have a real opinion of it? Yes. I don't even want to. I feel like it's beneath me.
No, but here's the thing. I don't like... That's exactly where it's at, where it's like, I want, like, I can't say something against it if I'm refusing to see it. They're like, oh, you don't want to see it because you're going to admit it's better than every Marvel movie. Well, like, and all that. Like, that's where they'll go. And I'm like, you know, And they've already decided. They're like, if you don't like this movie, this is going to be the perfect movie. And if you don't like it, it's just because you're a hater. I'm like, could it be because the other one sucked?
Ate a spider.
Yeah, because I've had that discussion with people, and it's like, could it not just be that these movies were not good? Like, none of them were good.
No,
and they're like, no, and they're like, Man of Steel was amazing. They're like, Batman versus Superman is one of the best movies ever. I'm like,
Who said this to you?
It was just, again, it was a Snyder Cut person. And I'm like, Batman versus Superman on so many lists are like people's like the worst superhero movie ever made. Like, it's like when they say like, here's the top 5, and it's always like the Fantastic Four
even
movies.
Worse than Christopher Nolan's Batman.
But a lot of people,
the Snyder Cut movies are even worse than that.
But I was gonna say, you're in a place though where you don't like those, but a lot of people loved those. So it's like, but I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that's not going to be on any list of the worst ones because most people think that they're among the better ones.
The Snyder Cut ones,
yes, but they're thinking like,
oh yeah, this is where it's time. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
We get to see in between her titties. Isn't there a nipple?
I don't remember. Just
find it right now.
Meatloaf's gonna tell us one.
I'm gonna take a shit. I'll go in the yard. Fuck you. Stick him in here.
Wouldn't it be the best if he just walked by and he just started going, and I would do anything for love. By the way, if you're our age, would you, I want an email or a tweet from somebody. Did you have to dance with somebody you didn't want to dance to that song? Because I did every fucking dance when I was in grade 7 and grade 8.
That song.
Well, no, here's why. Well, because you get in that
oh my God.
They're everywhere.
They're big, too.
I know.
They're bigger than I remember them.
Yeah.
I thought they were smaller.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's going right up his butthole.
That's like,
I'm not going to sleep for days now.
See, this
Fuck,
is
why did I pick this?
I know.
God
see,
damn.
this is one of those irrational fear things I have, where it's like it's very unlikely that this is going to be a thing that happens.
When I was in a pool. I'm in a pool.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking pool, and I'm worried. Look right between your titties. Oh, they just don't go right in your pussy.
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ, girl! You just saved him. You just saved him.
But that guy looked
even worse than that old guy just saw her naked.
Oh, I was gonna say that blonde Johnny from the Cobra Kai there looked disgusted at that woman's naked body. He's like, ew.
He's like, why did I come here? Gross.
This guy's acting like he's like a medium for spiders.
Yes, that's exactly who he is. He's like, yeah, exactly.
You have to
I've
know
seen
how to talk
spiders before, but I don't know, you know? Red curtains. You draw spiders. You feel.
Oh, I fell ass backwards into the greatest show of all time that I wish you could have been watching with me. Burn that house down too. It was called like the Collector's Challenge or something crazy like that. Basically, the idea was they went to some random convention of like something that would be considered collectible, and they would grab 2 random folks. They would just do one of those stands. You know those like stands that people have, like you go to like a Comic-Con and it's like at like Brock University, and it's just like this
booth,
like
their booth.
Yeah, but it's just like it's just the printed thing that's just hanging. It's just that said the name of their game show, and then each guy has, instead of like having like a panel or something, they just have like a clipboard and some paper. And so round 1, so the first one I saw was about model trains. So the first round was asking questions about trains. And it was like, when was the first like transcontinental railway done? And then so whoever got the most points in that round won the first round. And then if you won the second round, then you went on to the prize, whatever, right?
Here it comes.
There you go. That looks like an amazing cottage. But the actually that shot, and speaking of which too, I'll go back to my god awful story about that collector show in a minute. But that may have been the shot, because there was a long shot of John Goodman driving the truck, and on the passenger side, down in the footwell of the truck, Steven Spielberg was in there.
What?
And just saying to him, he's like, nobody's gonna know about this but you and me. Just like joking around. He was just like,
is that for real?
Yeah, he got in the truck, so he's in the shot, but you don't
hear this.
Yeah, but you just never see him because he's literally laying down on the floor of the truck.
That's hilarious.
And he just says like, this is just something for us. Like he's like,
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So
that's real.
That's yes, according to an interview with John Goodman, that is what happened.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. And then
that's an awesome point.
Yeah, there you go.
Or a quote, like a trivia piece.
Yeah. But they, so yeah, anyways, going back to my much more important story about trains. But so yeah, so the second round, so they did that, and it's like the guys, you know, no offense to these dudes, but these guys were model train collectors through and through. Like if I looked at them without them being on that show, I go, you collect model trains based on everything about you. So
Bugs be gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as this guy's Comic-Con. Fuck this.
that would be funny.
This is who I'm going to. Nobody will get it.
So just to point out, obviously they didn't spray them with poison. They were spraying water in these scenes because they obviously weren't trying to poison the spiders.
That's hilarious.
And it's okay to get them wet.
You're telling me that, you know, I'm telling you, they probably killed tons of spiders. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, no,
There's
they
so many
said
spiders.
no. They
That right there.
no. I will tell you another thing that again part of my research. His boots have holes in the bottoms, and then it's all foam, all on the inside. So when he steps on a spider, nothing happens.
Really?
Yep.
Seriously?
They were monitored by the thing, and they said they took the safety of their animals super
The
seriously.
spiders.
The spiders, yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Well, the spiders were all imported from some place, and they were handled by like one of the top entomologists like in the country.
No
and, like
shit.
it was a big deal.
I like that, actually.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying earlier too. All the dead ones, they weren't like they didn't kill them for
I
the
know
thing.
when they're like, if they're all over your face, don't touch them.
Yep.
Don't slap them.
Let us come get them. And
Yeah, we'll grab them off you,
Yep.
whatever. Just freak, whatever, we'll grab them.
Exactly.
That's fucking awesome.
Exactly. I feel like
Which is hilarious,
we've
'cause,
gotten
back
out of
in
my
the-
train story too much to go back.
Back in the day, they'd be like rocking horses and horses getting tripped over in these cowboy movies. And
Yeah. Then
Come on,
they
tell me your story.
All right, I feel like it's lost all its importance,
No, it
but
hasn't.
but I'll do it. And granted, it had zero importance going in. So yeah, the second round was a skills competition. So they're like, here, take these pieces and make like a circular track. Then you have to connect it to the power without moving the power supply, and put the train on, and it has to make one revolution without falling off. That was the thing. And they're sitting there and they just put it together, and then the one guy goes around and he's like, woohoo, I won. And then his prize was they gave him $1,000 to spend at the thing. But here's the thing, like, you know, when you go to like Niagara Falls Comic Con, you know, like the Scotiabank Center there, how the size of it. Now you can cut that in half, and a lot of the things that they do there, like craft shows and stuff, they cut that area in half. They put like another wall up.
Yeah.
And so this was about the size of that area, and they did one shot where they panned over, and you could see almost the entire place was empty. There must have been like 8 booths at this place. And so they're like, you have $1,000 to spend at this place, and it's like you have 10 minutes to spend it. Anything you don't spend like comes back to us, but you get to keep whatever you bought.
Right.
And so he goes around, like in 5 seconds, he spent $600 at one place. He's like, I want these. And they're like, the money. And they're like, and they look like they were panicking, like, oh, he's never going to spend $1,000. He might get like $100 in.
Here's the fucking money.
And so like, that was it. Right. And so he spent every dime of it in like not even 5 minutes or something like that. And like to a point where he had
spent it on the bathroom attendant.
Well,
give me your pants. Here, take all this money.
No, but he had at the end he had $3 left. He's like, and then he looks and he's like, oh, pins for $1.50. I'll take 2. So like he bled them dry. Then the next
Good for that guy.
Then the next episode I saw, it was a wrestling one. And I was like, oh, this will be interesting. These guys, too, they were talking about, oh, I know everything about wrestling. They knew fucking nothing about wrestling. These guys got so many, like, easy answers wrong and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there.
Right.
And, like, they asked a question.
Lying
like,
pieces of shit.
Yeah. And they were like, who was the first person to, like, do the sleeper hold? And then somebody was like, Steve Austin? And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I know.
You're
Anyways,
gonna pick somebody early.
yeah,
you know?
right. And like it was that thing. But the guy who won the prize, he didn't even win any money thing. He's like, you're gonna get professional wrestling lessons from the Iron Sheik. And so the Iron Sheik comes on. He's like, oh, Baba, hey, Baba, like whatever, and
learn how to die.
Yeah.
From the Iron Sheik.
But here's what happened. So he didn't teach him to do anything because he can't move. So he was like, do a body slam, and he does a body slam on the guy. He's like, do a headlock, and then he's like, yeah, Baba. And then so all of a sudden now this guy who's like a mentalist in real life is having like a fake match with some guy.
I love that they have the Iron Sheik
I know.
teaching anybody how to do anything.
I know. And then so he's So now this guy's in a fake like a wrestling match with this dude, and then he's like, oh, he's getting beat, and then Iron Sheik comes in, he's holding a chair, and he jammed the guy so lightly that like he wouldn't have had his back stayed turned, he wouldn't even have noticed he'd been touched.
Right.
And then he had to sell it like crazy. Like he's all bent over. He's like, oh, and then he had to flip the chair around so he was holding it in the way so he could slam him over the back.
Right.
It took him roughly a minute and a half because he had to put the chair down and then like he couldn't just like switch where his hands were.
He can just flip it and grab it, right?
And then he starts yelling. He's like, "Who wants to see the Cobra Clutch?" I'm like, he's not playing to a crowd. There's nobody there. And
sure there was.
Yeah, well,
sure there was.
Yeah, it was just like the fucking cameraman. And he goes and he's like, "Who wants to see the Cobra Clutch?" He had to go to the side and hold the rope and just do it with one hand because he didn't have the balance and wherewithal to do it with two hands.
That's amazing.
I was like, I became so, because I'm like, literally, I was 5 seconds into the first one. And I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I ever seen. And I'm like, now I'm going to continue to watch it. And then I like put on the guide. I'm like, ooh, there's another episode on after this. I'm not missing that either.
I'm not missing that. Oh my God. Oh my God.
No.
Oh.
No.
76.
Delbert.
Are they trying to drive? They know they now know that the bugs have gotten into the town. Yes. And they're
deadly.
They're everywhere.
Yeah. I feel like they named him Delbert like it was going to become something. Like it was like he's going to be like so iconic and like we're going to have another movie about Delbert where like it's a sequel where he's dealing with fire ants or some shit.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Right? That would have
a sequel of some other insect.
There was a rumor.
Giant ant movie. Yeah. Back in the day, in the 50s, 40s, they had giant ants. Like.
Mm-hmm. There was a rumor. I think this already has been like debunked and all that, but there was a rumor that James Wan was looking to do some kind of, not necessarily a reboot, but something along the lines of this, like kind of getting back into bugs. I don't know why I did it with that voice.
Is fucking awesome. Mm-hmm. That fucking guy knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He started with like The Conjuring. Dude, he directed the best fucking Fast and the Furious movie ever. He directed Aquaman, which I don't know what I've watched Aquaman literally like 20 fucking times.
Aquaman
it is fucking awesome.
I was fine with Aquaman. I wasn't blown away by Aquaman, but I was fine. It was It was, and that's the thing too. Like I was like, I liked Wonder Woman. I liked Aquaman fine. Where like,
Aquaman is way better than Wonder Woman. Way fucking better. Here we go. They're coming in. It's going to cave in any minute now. Oh, fuck.
It looks like...
Oh, watch this. This is good one.
Yeah.
Kiss her.
I thought he started giving her mouth-to-mouth immediately. I'm like, you haven't even checked to see what's going on.
See, so gross.
I was about to say that looks like a mannequin of that guy, and then it occurs to me that is a mannequin of that guy. So I was like, okay.
No, it's not. He put that thing through his face. They look good.
That guy,
they look really good. She looked better because I think she was real.
If you say
was the,
I agree. I think you're 100% right. I think she was real and that was a fakey.
Yeah. But he still looked pretty good though.
But if that was the wax figure and like a thing, like, well, let's go back to my fucking wax figures that we did for our Instagram contest a while back there. Like, holy shit, that was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. If I saw that guy in there, I'd be a little excited. I'd be like, oh, hey, at least they did one accurately.
In Niagara Falls and it was just like, oh my God.
No, that's the one I'm talking. Well, the one that's on Clifton Hill, the Hollywood.
Oh
whatever.
My Lord. It was like Jim Carrey. I was like, these are the ones that were the defunks that they sent to Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
And it was like, you go all through like the thing and I was like, this is Jim Carrey. This could be any fucking motherfucker.
Go on.
Jesus God.
Go look it up. You could probably YouTube it, but I think it's also on Conan's website there when he goes to the closed down wax museum.
Right.
He just goes to the one that's closed down and I guess they're selling off all these different figures and stuff, and it's just like some of them are crazy, but the one that he ended up buying, the Tom Cruise one, because it looked psychopathic. Like it was just,
give me the Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Well, it was funny too because like that became, bad wax figures became like a whole thing because like, there was that museum of wax presidents or whatever, and they were selling them off. Jon Stewart bought one.
That's right.
Stephen Colbert
bought one.
He bought two, and John Oliver bought 5. and they made movies. Well, the first one, they made a Warren G. Harding movie with the wax figure and Laura Linney and a bunch of people like James Cromwell. All these different people were in it. It was hilarious. And then they did like a Fast and the Furious style movie where it was a heist with all of the wax figures. Hilarious, so good. But yeah, wax figures are the bee's knees. But go back in our Instagram and find those. Just literally the worst ones I've ever seen in my life.
That's true.
There was one where
I remember being there, just being like, "These are terrible. None of them were any good."
There was one.
The ones, they have a couple in the window, like Jack Sparrow and whatever. And you're like, yeah, they're okay. And there's like a.
They do a lot of character ones where it's not like real people's faces. Like they have a Darth Vader, and you're like, yeah, that looks good, but they didn't have to make a face. They didn't have to make it look like a person. Like Pumpkin, they have Pumpkinhead in there. I'm like, yeah, that looks good.
Oh my God, you should see the Pumpkinhead from the Devil's Latex.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get a mask from them. Devil's Latex, call us. Devil's Latex.
I gotta reach
Creek, man, fucking hook me up with a mask, man.
I gotta reach out to them about that.
Fuck yes.
That was a cat that time.
Oh, trapped up in there?
Yeah.
Aww.
And there's a bat as well.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh.
What's that? An ear? It's like an ear down there.
That'd be amazing.
Like a big old bug. He's still rocking.
Vern Troyer.
That's where he went.
Yeah. I thought he was just in actor's prison for Love Guru.
Buddy. Yeah. Do that.
I joke, but he's also dead.
Oh,
no,
fuck.
No. Oh, I hate those shots.
That was awesome.
I never like a tracking shot of motion where it's like the camera's like with it. And it's like, yeah.
Just follow that motherfucker.
It's like when
underneath him.
It's like when you watch a movie and somebody gets drunk or drugged or something, and then they have that shot where the camera's like locked to them, so only the background's moving around. No,
I always love it when it's like a spinning, like I have you by the arms and we're spinning. You know,
I like that too.
Oh fuck, they found him.
Yeah.
Like the spiders, you man.
I'm actually I'm mentally not ready for the climax of this movie.
I'm not either.
I'm actually
thinking when it gets fucked up.
I think I'm almost like, let's just shut this off now. Oh yeah, we got like 20 minutes left in this movie, and it's gonna be like,
goes. I gotta find John Goodman fucking in there.
See, I think he just said the rock and roll right there. I think he just went rock and roll. Oh, and then he said trick or treat. See, he's
Christ. Now he's gonna find Julian Sands.
Yes.
All fucking wrapped up.
See, I feel extra cheesy because Julian Sands sounds so much like Julian Assange.
Look at it's like pure acid.
Yeah.
He's up the ante now.
No, he's
up to the ante. He tried it before. It didn't work. Now he's like, fuck you.
He literally just dripped that all over his person.
Oh, he doesn't care.
Yeah. See, I don't care about nothing.
The first thing you do.
He's part xenophobe.
The first thing you do is make sure that you're immune.
Oh, there's one.
Oh, Lord.
So
that's not really right.
I'm going to have no way. No, that's some kind of dummy.
Way.
That's a dummy. But I think at this point now.
Is this Family Ties?
Yeah. Justine
Family
Bateman.
Ties. Look at it. That's the guy. That's him.
Michael Gross. Michael Gross. Can you imagine? And he's still doing that shit too. I was talking to my friends at Dueling Decades because they had Jamie Kennedy on for a second time, and he said too, because he's like, I got to do all these like big things back in the day. He's like, I'm fine doing Tremors for the rest of my life.
Fucking A. I agree.
He's done like a bunch of Tremors movies.
Pay the bills. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I would love to be like Casper Van Dien.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Oh.
Or like an actor in like soaps.
Yeah.
Just give me the fucking money. Get the family the fuck. Don't stop looking at them. Go.
The spider. Yeah.
Stop noticing them coming out of every crevice suddenly and get the fuck out of there.
The second one came out. That's enough. You're done.
Go. Get the family the fuck out.
When it was running across the TV, it was on Michael J. Fox's face, and even Michael J. Fox was shaking from fear.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight.
Oh, you missed my joke.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. What did you say?
I said it was going across Michael J. Fox's face, and he was shaking with fear.
You're fucking awful. You're the worst. Shaky J. Oh, fuck.
The J is for jiggle. And I do have to point out, I love like Michael J. Fox is an absolute hero. I love him.
He's the fucking best.
He's one of like the greatest humans on the planet.
If he didn't have Parkinson's, he would still be in movies. He'd be fucking huge.
Yeah.
He was so lovable. So look at this.
Yeah. Oh.
So likable.
Oh, he
Why would
absolutely.
you go upstairs? Go outside.
Well, even when he
Leave.
had it, like he still did The West Wing after
amazing.
that, and he did like
amazing.
Spin City was a good show. Like it wasn't great, but it was good.
No,
Like,
it was good. I agree. I'm telling you, Michael J. Fox would still be.
Yeah, it would be better.
Movies, TV shows, whatever.
Yeah. It would be better than that like Will Sasso one that's coming out. It's one of those ones. It's like the second I saw
I was
it,
happy that I saw Will Sasso in something. How dare you?
No, but I was happy too. But then here's what happens. I'm watching and it's got like all the worst like tropes of like sitcoms. They're like, hey, like the kids are finally in bed.
God.
Maybe we can wink wink. And then one of the kids comes down and is like, I can't sleep. And like, here we go again. Like it was like almost line for
right here.
no. But like almost line for line, that's what it was, right? And then I'm like, it's probably gonna have one of those.
Jump the fuck out the window.
I know. I'm like, it's probably gonna have one of those awful play on words titles or something. And sure enough, the show's called.
Where did all the spiders that were just hanging down go in his face? Suddenly he was like,
Well,
spiders
they went to the bottom and now they're on the ground. But yeah, the show was called United We Fall, and I'm like, of course it fucking was. Oh my God, Borderlands.
That's the new Will Sasso, right?
Oh, there's the rock and roll.
Rock and roll.
See,
Come
but-
on there now.
He looks like the next level of
Look,
Steve
they're everywhere.
Yeah, he looks like the next level of Steve Martin in Little Shop of Horrors. He's
The
now
dentist.
Yeah, he's now spraying
Burn
acid.
this whole fucking place. Jesus Christ.
He's spraying acid on a house full of people still.
Oh, that's right. Falls. Boom. Falls through the floor. Boom.
Money pit lands on dynamite. This is like the end of
Forgot about that.
This is the end of like a death match in like Japan. It's nothing but like a bunch of poisonous spiders and falling through a house.
Poison Pyre death match basement match.
What now?
That's right.
Poison Pyre?
Poison basement.
Okay.
Pyre. Space. Oh my lord!
I had
Look
a
at that big old pulsating fucking.
That's what the cyst in my tailbone looked like when
There's
they
no
pulled it out.
fucking way that's what it looks like. Jesus Christ! There's like some aliens coming out of here.
Yeah. No, aliens did.
real.
Aliens and spiders came out of my asshole because of that thing.
Oh fuck! It's all
Well, they did fill that thing up with quite a bit of wine.
God.
Would you ever drink one of those bottles of wine after all this happened?
Yes, I would.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like for real. Absolutely. I'm dying for a spider riddled bottle of wine.
You can really taste the spider eggs. Yeah, somebody like swishes it around, sniffs it, takes the thing.
This scene
They're like,
right
"It's
here, I
earthy."
remember seeing this scene right here.
Yeah.
In the making of or whatever, and they were like, "We're gonna wait till the spider touches her hand.
Yeah.
If the spider runs up or whatever, we'll grab it.
Yeah.
But we're hoping the spider touches her hand and runs off." And Jeff Daniels is just like, "What the fuck? Like what?"
I know.
They're like, if the spider comes any close, we'll grab it.
Yeah. John Goodman, I guess, said he really wasn't freaked out by the spiders working amongst them and stuff like that. He was just like, he was like, he's like, we seem to like see, he said we see eye to eye. He's like, my 2 to their 16, but
I feel like this movie is much better than it should be.
yes.
Like with the build up and a regular movie now would have had the main spider, the big guy here, really killing people all the time. And
He'd have
blah,
a
blah,
voice.
blah.
He'd
Oh,
be-
yeah, exactly. Like, right?
Yeah,
Like,
he'd be
what a
voiced by Frank Langella.
Look at this. Oh, yeah. Jeff Daniels is amazing.
Yeah.
Who the fuck would be in this movie, right?
Right?
Spiders all over the goddamn place.
Here's the thing, though. This is like most of the movies of the 80s. How do you get people? Oh, Steven Spielberg's the executive producer, so basically I'm
Whoa!
technically in a Spielberg movie. Of course I'll do it.
I know what he just did there. I didn't know Spielberg was involved in this movie until he's on the shovel.
This is also technically a Disney movie. This was this came under the studio of like Disney Hollywood or something like that, which
Not the main one.
it allowed them. Yeah, exactly. It was like the Buena Vista.
This
and all
old
this.
lady.
Yeah, it was like now he's gonna be pissed. He's
You're
like, my
damn right he's gonna
woman.
be pissed. You just killed his old lady.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be a lightsaber. I was very hopeful that that was
It
gonna be a
lands on
lightsaber.
like this fuse box and like burns to shit.
Yeah.
You sucker. Movie's over. He's like, movie's over, motherfucker. I'm going back to the West Wing. Piece of shit. I'll be the president in a minute.
He wasn't in the West Wing.
Oh my god. Yes, he was. He was the president in that other one. whatever.
He was the president of something and something.
Hey, with that the NBA one, HBO.
Yeah. No, he wasn't.
What's the name of it?
He was a newscaster on that.
There, news. He was the president in that news show.
He was president of news.
Exactly.
No, he was the
President of news place.
he was the newscaster. He was not the president.
Of news.
Yeah, he was just the president of giving news.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, that's fine.
Here you go. Look at this. Oh fuck.
See, he's finally ready to do what's necessary.
And he's like, I'm not. You know, he didn't even leave. He was like, I fell through the floor. I killed this big spider. I'm not leaving.
Here's my
In a Molotov cocktail, this motherfucker.
I was gonna say, here's my thing. The end of this movie is him and John Goodman running out of the place. The whole place is burning down. It's like, wait, what about your wife and kids? It's like, I can't risk it. he's like, he may have already
They're
gotten
already
them.
dead.
Yeah. So he's going to be running. So that's the animatronic.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. That's the animatronic one. We got to try not to yell, though. We have a sleeping family.
Sorry, no. Jesus Christ, what do you want me to do?
I know.
Fucking terrifying.
Yeah. So apparently he was pinned on
5 days.
He was pinned under this thing for about 2 days worth of shooting. They shot all this after literally every actor had been sent home by this point, and they shot all of this, and he was the last guy left on set, and they were just doing all this crazy shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Jesus God.
Yeah.
This thing would never do. This is like a tarantula or something, right? It would never.
Well, that's literally just an
My
animatronic
God,
one.
who knows? I saw this goddamn video. It was from fucking Australia.
Yeah.
And this guy showed the video. They didn't see him come down, but he got this this spider's like 3 times the size of this fucker. And he's pulling a dead rat that he caught up the fridge and behind.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
why
I
these
was like,
ones.
oh my fuck, look at the size of this goddamn thing.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Goliath bird eating. That's what he is, right? And that's what they did is they captured and ate birds.
Or rats.
Well, they would
whatever this one was.
Yeah.
This one's a Goliath.
Yes.
But this fucking one from Australia was like, holy shit.
No, I was speaking very specifically about that.
Right.
one. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh my God.
But yeah, there are ones who are like, yeah, I'll just get whatever the hell I want. I'll bring it back. And it was like the bigger the thing it murders is, the like more I'm out.
You know, it's funny because there's not a lot of like, you know, the scene before he fell through the floor, then there's tons of spiders and they're coming down on his face, but there wasn't a lot in the movie.
Yeah. I think they did a good job of like waiting to overwhelm.
Yes.
Because they could have done that in like scene 2 and it's like they're everywhere.
Right.
No, it's like they're sneaky, they're getting you one at a time, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, it's a much bigger problem.
This is a much better movie than I remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, he got his little bum there.
Yeah.
He's laughing. He's like, fucking, I'm going to die anyway.
I'm kind of surprised. Well, I was going to say, I'm surprised that they didn't find a way to like, you know, in Tremors, how they like found a way to like make the one stand out by like, he had like the one tentacle thing ripped off or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, they didn't do that. But again, he's a full on different spider than the rest of them. So I guess, no, I didn't care for any of that.
Ooh.
Literally, I just saw a close up of his eyes, and I'm just losing my goddamn mind. That's like a great Batman movie. That's out of
Where are you?
yeah. That's Batman Begins, and then you hear the back right here. And it just, except Frank Langella's doing the voice.
He says it right. Oh.
Oh, forget it. It's those. That's what I was talking about. Like when you're in the silence, and then all of a sudden you hear a noise that you shouldn't be hearing. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I'm like, what the hell is
I
that?
just run.
Like, how close
I
am
don't
I
know
to
why
getting
he's
murdered?
even trying to, you know, he's pissed. He's going to fight this guy, but I would just be like, I'll just burn the house down underneath you. Get a bunch of people to stand around the perimeter. We'll just burn the fucker down.
I don't remember him doing the itsy bits. I'm already going to be terrified. This thing's going to jump out, and I'm going to grab you.
No, it's not. It's going to be from the other side. I don't know exactly.
He taps him on the shoulder. Ding, ding,
Hey,
ding.
bud, want a beer?
Yeah.
Wow!
Dude,
Oh, my God.
I'm going to get in so much shit tonight.
Oh, my God. Jeff Daniels is a fucking man. Jesus God. Is that a real spider?
Not when it was on him and he was wrestling with it, no.
Probably was.
Yeah, because again, that would have been the bird.
God.
That would have been the Goliath one, and they're not fucking around with him. Like that one was real. That's like forced perspective. He's not as close to him as you'd think there, but there's a spot where
he's closer.
he's close enough. But forget about it. And he's all pinned down. There's a spot where I guess he's throwing bottles at him, which I guess is going to be maybe not this scene.
I don't know why the spider wouldn't bite him just right now, right, and kill him.
Yeah. No, this one he's
right?
like
When he would kill
he's
him?
like, I want to be looking you
Yeah,
in
I
the
want
eye.
to get rid of your face.
I want this
you
movie
piece
to
of
end. He's got a knife, and the spider gets to his chest, and he just puts it through the spider and through his heart.
Both
He's
of
like,
them.
I'm gonna take us. I'm
That's
taking us
what I
both
would do. I was
together.
like, you bite me in the chest, and then I'm going to crush you to death. Fuck you.
It's like the end of Freddy versus Jason, where like they kill each other with each other's weapons.
No, they didn't.
Well, no, they didn't, but you know what I mean.
Freddy won that.
Yeah. Well, Jason
Wow,
carried
yeah.
his head out.
Well, no, Jason, come out of the. I
Yeah.
love that. I still want that as a poster. You just reminded me.
Okay. Well,
Jason
okay.
coming out with Freddy's head and he winks.
Yeah. They did it.
Wow.
I don't want to hear it scream.
Oh God, that's so gross.
I know, right?
That's like the grossest fucking thing. That's grosser than when I popped that boil on my bum and all the spiders came out.
He's running so fast, but I guess when you're on fire, you run faster than before.
Whoa!
Why did that sound like a shotgun? That was something that should have happened in Aliens, not in this.
It was awesome.
Get off of her,
And he
you
also made that.
bitch.
Like
Yeah.
you'd hear him make
Yeah.
that sound, right?
Right? Yeah, that was a
Pretty big.
xenomorph.
You don't hear little spiders make it, but you'd hear that big fucker make that sound.
Yeah. Did he think it was a
Don't
spider?
mention it. It's over, bud.
That's another thing that creeps me out is the dead spiders and the curled up thing. That always freaks me out
Dude,
too.
I
don't like it.
just literally
Yeah.
last 2 weeks ago,
Okay.
I went to my buddy's house.
Ah.
We were done work, but we like to sleep. Me and my buddy Pork, we like to sleep and then go the next day.
Yeah.
So we're not, you don't get there at 3 a.m. and it's garbage. You work
Uh-huh.
13 hours and then drive home for 4 hours. It sucks. So we went to my buddy Shonda's house. We slept over. I told him, I was like, I'm not sleeping on this fucking couch like I have before. I was like, I'm sleeping upstairs.
Yeah.
I was like, where are you sleeping? He's like, I'm sleeping in this bed. I was like, I'm sleeping in this bed with you. And then I was like, when I went up there, I was like, dude, there's going to be spiders in this bed.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to look, in the bed, dumb, So we checked the bed out and it's okay. And then while we're asleep, I'm like, I feel something, but I'm totally,
It was his
I'm
dick.
totally asleep.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, I feel something on my back. And I'm like slapping my back and like, it feels like me moving. And then in the morning,
Yeah.
a big fucking dead spider because I slapped it. It was huge and it was on its back and its legs were all curled up like that. And it was huge. It was huge. And I was like, you fucking son. And I felt bad. I was like, son of a bitch just was hanging out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I killed him. He didn't bite me. He didn't do anything.
Well, there's a giant
Oh my God,
spider
yes.
shaking.
Fix the whole place. There should be arachnophobia too.
Yeah. I was just trying to find a way, to
Was it
make
an
that a
earthquake?
single word, to arachnophobia.
Two
Ooh, no, here's...
phobia.
Yeah. There you go. I'm gonna change it a little bit. It's gonna be two-packnophobia. And
It's all Pac's face on the spiders.
everywhere the spiders.
Tupac, phobia.
You better run.
So what, did they just have an earthquake here and they're just
Yeah.
leaving? They're like, fuck this, we're not moving, we're leaving.
Let's go back to the spiders.
They're going to Canada.
Mhm.
We
Well-
don't have earthquakes or spiders.
Oh my God, these are potentially the slowest credits I've ever seen. I
We're
will.
watching fucking BET here, man. It's not like in the bottom corner
Yeah.
flying.
No, but think of any movie you've gone to see lately. You've definitely not had this time. I have the amount of time that I could memorize the entire cast and crew of this movie just reading these.
Oh, could you? Who's Blair Kendall?
It's that person.
It's Kathy Kinney.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of
See?
Beechwoods. Look,
Brandy
Edna Beechwood, Bunny Beechwood, Bunny. Becky,
Yeah,
Bobby,
but
Brandy.
See, Brandy Beechwood was Brandy. I didn't notice her because we were too busy yelling about shit. But
That movie was terrifying.
Yeah.
That movie was way better than
Yeah.
it should be.
I think though, like you said though, Ryan McHorder. I don't like the way
The
that
beginning
that's.
could have been.
You could have cleaned that movie up.
Yeah.
There are some spots that you could definitely have just tighten the movie up. You probably could have got this down to a solid hour 30.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that would have been good.
It could have been cleaned up, I agree.
But that's okay. That's okay.
I thought of another movie today that we should remake. Oh my God.
What?
this is the movie. Honest to God, I thought of a lot of it. We need to talk about it and write it. The Peanut Butter Solution. Do you remember that movie?
Not only do I remember it, I've been listening to some back episodes of How Did This Get Made, and they do the Peanut Butter Solution, and it's literally like the next movie I have.
No fucking way.
Do. Yeah,
Seriously.
Yeah.
That movie needs to be remade.
Yeah.
Because I had so many, I don't know why, I just thought of it all day and I thought of the remake.
I thought you were just going to say I had so many unanswered questions from the first
the guy has, he's got cancer, he doesn't have any hair, so they come to him with the peanut butter solution.
Yeah.
He puts it on him, and he's got tons of hair.
Yeah.
And then it's just way too much. Like his parents open the door, and it's just like hair is coming out of the door.
Yeah.
And then in the end, when he dies, his hair continues to grow, and they give his hair to cancer patients.
Yeah, I like
but
that.
then in the movie as well, his friend was like, "I want the solution," and he's like, and there's a scene where he's going across the street, and there's like a ponytail coming out of the back of his pants.
Oh hell yeah!
Like his pant leg, because his pubes are growing ridiculously.
So his dog's tongue is probably also.
Yeah. No, it's a kids movie, but I thought it would be great.
Oh man, that was the thing. That was the kind of like kids movie shit you could get away with back then. You're like, we're gonna make some real dick jokes in this movie for friggin' toddlers.
Kids, yeah. I'm telling you, I had a great idea for it. It'd be great. It's it's gonna sell hard.
There we go. So look out for that, guys. The Peanut Butter Solution 2.
No, it's a reboot. It's called the Peanut Butter Solution.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
fucking
right.
2. Come on. Fucking sequel.
In this time,
with THA, it's a primarily black cast.
And now instead of this time, it's personal. And this time, it's crunchy.
Because in the first one, it was personal.
That's what you do. That's how you lock people in for like Jaws 4. This time, it's personal.
Like for the shark?
No, literally. Well, that was. I will put to you. That actually is the point of Jaws 4, is that the shark comes and they're like...
Wait, no, is that the one with Michael Caine?
Yeah, because the shark follows them from Amityville all the way to the friggin' Bahamas, and they're like, this shark is looking at us, or looking at for us. And what's hilarious is they doubled down on that in the novelization of that movie, because you actually find out some other family some like voodoo priestess was like mad at the Brody family, and she set the sharks after them. And that's so
wait, the best thing is to like go to the store and look at the novel rack and like, fuck, Jaws 4 the novel? Fucking A.
Hey, I read Karate Kid 3 the novel, so you know why though? I think I bought it. You know, like when the libraries have those sales and like a book is like 30 cents.
Yes.
I think I got it. Then I'm like, oh, that's amazing. And then I remember I got sick. I had the flu or something like that, and I read the whole book like cover to cover in one day, because it's the Karate Kid 3 the novel. So it's
mostly pictures.
Yeah, there were quite a few pictures of that guy who was the bad boy of karate.
I swear to God,
Yeah.
if anybody out there can please send me or prove to me that you own the novelization of Jaws 4, I don't know. Just let's work it out.
Here's the thing. If you send us your copy, we will read the entire book as an audio book, and then we'll send you and then we'll send you your book back, and we'll sign it. And
the copy, the tape.
Yeah. You'll have the whole thing.
Of it.
The whole thing.
That's amazing.
All right, guys. That is it for this one. Thank you so much. Yep. Just good old Amblin.
Spielberg played the spider.
Yeah. Well, he was hiding in the wheel well, or not the wheel well, but the footwell of the truck. We nailed that down. But this is Hollywood Pictures. This is that's the Disney studio of it. But anyways, guys, thank you. This is the first movie of season. Oh no, it's not. I'm a fucking liar.
You fucking turd.
The first movie we recorded after we started season 5. Fuck you, Joe. So anyways, guys, that is it for this week. Tune in next week. Well, don't tune in. Download. You get the fucking whole idea. I say words based on my age, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Let's go to the soda fountain. apologize. But anyways, visit us, miscastcommentary.com. Email us, podcast at miscastcommentary.com. Check out our Twitch streams now, because we're doing our stuff there. I'm doing some other stuff on there. There's content. Go find us, twitch.tv/miscastcommentary. Follow us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. Instagram at miscastcommentary, and I'm at JK Finley there. Todd's pointing at something.
What do you think about? Look at, there's a big goddamn spider hanging around the background there.
Yeah, it's arachnophobia.
Does it do that for all the movies you pick?
No, it's just arachnophobia. Oh, there. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, like does it do that all the time?
Sorry, I have a thing open. No, if you pick like another movie, something else comes up. See?
Oh, that's garbage.
Sorry.
Garbage. Spider way better.
Oh, you were expecting you were just expecting the coincidence of the spider being there?
No, I think it's neat. I didn't know that the background of all of them was the one you were picking.
It gives you a little something. We're just marveling at my technology. All right, guys, we will see you next week. Coming attractions episode announcing the next movie. I don't know. I've got some really.
I feel like I picked a couple.
I've been wanting to make sure that, because I had to force a few on you because of the interviews and stuff. I'm like, this is what they picked, so you've got to deal with it. So yeah, I'll pick the next one, but we will. I don't know. I've got some strong theories on this season, so I think we're gonna there's so many movies we haven't done yet, and I feel like we're not gonna get to any of them because I'm thinking about all these friggin' weird, obscure movies. So.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get to them.
We'll get to them. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Later.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast media production.